is now 1 o'clock, so let's get into it. So there's quite a lot of ground that we need to cover today. So I'm just going to dive straight with it. I'm going to share my screen with you guys quickly. So we're going to talk about the new features in iOS, and there's quite a lot of features. So I'm going to look at the more important things, that we can use from a day-to-day basis. And I'm going to start with editing the page view. So guys, if you go into, first of all, after you've upgraded to your iOS 14, there's of course iOS 14.0.1 out as well. So just make sure if you go to your that you are up to date. And under general, and under general, under your software update, or if you go to about to see your specs, yeah, it's now in 14.0.1. Okay, just make sure about that. If you're not up to date, you can always just go to software update and just go ahead and do it for those who didn't switch the automatic updates on. Now, after you've made the updates, the one thing you can do now is you can edit your page, your page views. Okay, so as you can see, I can switch from one page to another. I've got about 5 different pages, as you can see at the bottom with my indicator there at the bottom. So I can actually keep my finger on it and just slide from one page to the other. That's the first thing. But I can also hide certain pages as well. So if I should tap and hold on any app, right, to put it into edit mode, and I then tap on the button at the bottom, it becomes a button now it's in edit mode. Then it will give me my different pages, which I can hide by just unticking it. There must always be one page, okay? So if I tap on done, you will see it's not showing 5 anymore. I'm just gonna tap on done again. It's showing nothing there at the moment. So this doesn't mean that your pages of apps have been deleted. It's just hidden, okay? So you can still access it, because if you swipe right to the end, it will take you to what they call your app library. So now all of your apps is sorted by your iOS in its own categories, and you will see certain apps, like say for instance, I want to now find my Netflix app. I can tap there by entertainment. You'll see there's a small group of apps there, right? So if I tap on that small group, it will then show me the other apps as well. So if I just swipe upwards, then it will go back to my app gallery. And guys, if you want to find an app, you can actually search for it. If I tap on search, you will see it will organize or show me all of my apps in alphabetical order, which I can also access by sliding my finger to the appropriate letter. So say for instance, I want to find WhatsApp, I can slide my finger down to W. So now if I want to bring those pages back again, all I do is I just go back into edit mode. And when it's in edit mode, that button will reappear at the bottom. Then all I do is I just can tap on it again to bring it back up again. And now it's all there. But guys, this also solves quite a few different problems. And one problem that I always had, as you can see, I've got a sea of apps, and I try to use all of them. I've ironed out most of the things that I don't use. So normally what I do is sometimes when I'm struggling to find an app, then I can still go to my app gallery. Now, it's always at the end of all of your pages, even if you've got multiple pages. So now, say for instance, I was now looking for Netflix. Now I can use the search, or I can go straight to Netflix. But now actually I want to add it to my home page. Then what I can do is from here, I can tap and start dragging that app and then drag it all the way into my main page. So I can actually move apps out of my app gallery or add it to my other pages if I want to. But say, for instance, there are certain apps that I don't use a lot, but I think that I'm going to be using it at a later stage. That's okay. I can tap hold on my app, and from there I can decide to, if I now tap on, you will see there's a minus button that comes on top of that app. If I tap on that minus, I can either delete the app or I can move it to the app library. Now, the thing is, once I tap on move to app library, it will delete it from my page, and I can just access it from my app library. Now, this also means for any future downloads. So, say, for instance, you want to get a new app from the App Store, you do have a choice now to either put it on your page as well as your app library, or just move it straight to your app library only. So now if I go to my settings, and in my settings, you will see there's a brand new setting added, which is called home screen. So if I go to home screen, I can now specify new downloaded apps will be added to home screen or just be added to your app library. Okay. So now that is how I can now customize my home screen and work with my app library. Now, in conjunction with that, you also have, if I go, you will see I'm on my first page. If I swipe from uh, left to right, it will take me into my widgets, all right? And similar to what we've done in the iPad OS, you can see I'm only showing a few widgets here now at the moment. But if I go to edit, right, you will see that I can, again, minus button will come up, and yeah, I can delete those widgets. But at the top is my plus button where I can add in additional widgets. Now this will take me straight to my widget gallery, and in here I can now decide which widget I want to add in. I can tap, say for instance, on my music widget, and here I can choose which size it must come in, and I can go with a small size, medium size, or the large size. I'm just going to go with the medium size for now and add widget, and that will be automatically added to um, uh, my widgets library. Okay. Now, what makes it so much better than the iPad OS at the moment, guys? Um, Actually, it's similar to the iPad OS. If I go to customize, I can also add in third-party widgets. I think you guys would have noticed I've got my banking widget on there and so on. So I've added my banking widget, and you just have to go to your banking app. It will actually notify you, and you can enable it in your banking app, and then you can see it within your widgets. But also for other apps, say for instance, I add in WhatsApp, and I say done. Then you will see that now I've got my WhatsApp widget on there as well. But this is now within my widget library, right? Um, Now on my widgets, I can also add in a smart stack or a stack of widgets. So to do that, I go back into edit mode again, and I tap on the plus. And here you can see there at the top, it gives me a smart stack. Okay. Now this is according to the Siri suggestions that adds those a group of widgets together. So if I tap on that one, and I can now choose to go small, medium size, or the large one, I'm just going to go again. I'm going to go with the starter. I'm going to go with the big one and add that one in. So now if I tap on done, you can see that I can now swipe from one widget to the next, and there's these dots on the side that pops up as I slide. And here you can see it shows me all the widgets within that one stack. Also, guys, I can create my own stack as before with the iPad OS. I can go into edit mode. So if the widget is in the same window size, I can drag that widget on top of the other one, and then that will become my stack. Okay, so you can even customize it that way as well. Now, I've only worked in my widgets sidebar or in my widgets library, but I can also add the widgets to my home screen or to my pages. Okay, so if I now tap and go into edit mode, and you will see that the plus button also appears at the top. So if I tap on that, it will take me into my widgets gallery. And I can say, okay, I actually want to add in my smart stack into the home page, and it will add it. Now you can see you can now add in your different widgets into your pages as well. So you've got a lot more customization options within your iPhone now with iOS 14. So I'm just going to delete that and tap on done. So that is now how you can work within your editing of your pages, of your page, your app gallery, as well as your widgets. Now, guys, there's also another cool feature, seeing that we have now worked with Netflix. It's a feature called Picture in Picture. Okay, so if I now, let me go to Netflix. So if I'm now playing, oh, it's not coming up. I think it's not going to play if I let me choose a different example. Let's choose a different example. So say for instance, once you play Netflix and you get out of it, then you can actually view it as a picture format. I'm just going to go into a website where I can view this, guys. One sec. I think it's because of the system that I'm using that is not allowing me to do it. Let me go here and watch this video. Oh, okay, because AirPlay is on, that's why it's doing it. But once you play it and it goes into full screen mode, then it's playing now full screen mode on the screen here. So I'm just gonna workout trainer. I'm just gonna stop that for now. So you can actually view picture in picture when you go into your video, and you can move it around on your screen. But not only for videos you can do it, maybe it's going to work for this purpose. Even if somebody say does a FaceTime call to you, okay? So the first thing that you will pick up is that it does a compact UI when it comes to a call. But say now if I answer that call, right, and I swipe upwards, you will see that it goes into picture in picture. So now I can swipe my finger from one place to the next. And if I swipe to the left, I can hide it and show it again. So the same we can do when we are watching a movie and so on as well. So that is how we can use picture in picture, as well as you could see, even when I called myself, it didn't take over the whole screen. It does what they call compact UI or compact user interface, which is the same thing that we also have when we go to Siri. So you'll see that the Siri icon will come up at the bottom. So now it doesn't take over your whole screen when you're making a call, going to Siri. And even if you're doing a video call or for watching a video, you can go into picture in picture mode. Now, besides that, we can also set default mail and default browser apps on your phone as well. So if you're like me, where you're using a Gmail app and you're using your mail app and you're using maybe another browser like Chrome or DuckDuckGo or even Firefox, then you can set those things as your default. So if I go to my settings and I scroll down, say to Chrome, if I tap on Chrome, you'll see that there's now the option to say default browser app. So if I select that and I make Chrome my default browser, if I should go to WhatsApp and say if I now tap on any link, right? So if I tap on that link, it will automatically open in my default browser. So that is the new settings that you have now as well. I'm just going to turn it back to Safari because that's my go-to. And the same happens even if you like have a secondary mail app like say Gmail. If I go there, then I can turn my mail to Gmail instead of using mail as my default. Okay, so that is if you're also running a Gmail app on your iPhone. Now, seeing that we are busy with the settings of apps, of the Apple apps, let's look at the new apps or improvements that were made on the apps. Now, the first new app that was a huge surprise to me was the Translate app. Okay, so if you're traveling or when the lockdown is lifted to a degree where we can travel again, then you can actually make use of this app. Beg your pardon. So in the Translate app, you can type in your text, or you can just hit the microphone. Hello, how are you this afternoon?
こんにちは。今日の午後はどうですか?
So it's in Japanese. You can see translate from English to Japanese. If I tap on the Japanese or even the languages at the top, it will take me to the language library, and here I can now choose to download the languages. It's only 10 languages for now that you can download. But as things progress, I'm very sure more languages will be added on as well. So you can even switch languages around if you want to. You can change them from if you want from German to English or so on. You can switch it around as well. So pretty cool feature. Now, besides the translation app, there's also been huge improvement on the music app. We've covered this in our iPad OS session, but let me just go to my music and show you guys. So the one cool thing about the music is that, first of all, if I should play now any song, let me go to Hertz and I play this song here. So if I play that song, if I go into Hertz, into the view, you will see that it actually now shows me the background color of the song as well, or of the album art. Now, if I should now play different songs, so if I use this one here, Forever, I want to see what color that is now going to turn to. And if you will see now the colors have changed. Okay. But not only that, guys. Okay. Not only that, I can also assign a star rating, as I've showed you guys with the iPad OS. In settings again, if I go to my music app, I can turn on star rating. If I go into my music again, then in my song, if I tap on the three dots or the ellipses at the top, then I can have the rate song option, which I can then select and rate accordingly. What's so awesome about the music app on the iPhone is that, say for instance, you come to the end of a song, say you are playing a song, right? Let me go to Hertz again. So if I was playing the song and it comes to the end of that song, I can select as you can see, there's an infinity sign. Then once you tap on that infinity sign, what your iPhone will automatically organize a playlist which is based on the song that you were listening to. And this is what they refer to as autoplay. So now you can actually listen to songs that sound similar to the song that you were listening to, which is it's similar to what Genius was, but now it gets it straight from your Apple Music. So now you can actually listen to other tracks as well that sound similar to that one. So that is the improvement on the music app. Now, let's go back into our settings, and there's an awesome setting that was added in, which is the back tap. You can actually do a back tap on your phone, which will then execute the command. So now if I go to my accessibility, and in my accessibility under my touch, right at the bottom is back tap. If I switch that on, I can say my double tap, back tap must switch to my, let me go with my control center there. And let me say triple tap must take me to my lock screen. So now that I've switched that on, you guys can see if I double tap, it will take me to my control center. If I triple tap, lock screen. Okay, so you can use the double tap and triple tap feature as well. Also, seeing that we were now in our settings, the same thing that we could do on our um, the same thing we could do on our iPad when you like in other deeper down into your setting. So you can see I went all the way down to my touch. I can tap hold on the button at the top, which will give me my path, and I can then go straight to the beginning where I started without going back all the time. So that is also another improvement on that. Now, the last thing I quickly want to go through is some security features. Now we've touched on some of these things in our iPad OS, but you can do all of them, but also something extra on your iPhone as well. So first of all, you have the precise location or approximate location setting. So if I should now go to my privacy, first of all, in my privacy, um, let me go to my location setting first. So if I go to location services, and under my location, if I should choose now any location setting, let me go with let me go with Chrome. So in Chrome, I can specify here that I want to show my precise location, which I actually don't want to do. So I'll tick that off. So here it will give an approximate location. So you have that option now to switch on approximate and precise location. Also, you would notice that inside of your privacy setting, there is also tracking. So you can switch the allow apps to request to track. Okay, so again, I cannot just track you. That request will come through if they want to track you. So that's the one thing. Also, when it comes to photos, you can specify which photos an app can use, right? So if you go to privacy setting, again, in my privacy setting under photos, and here you can specify which photos is accessible to that app. So say, for instance, I don't want uh, WhatsApp to use all of my photos. I only want to use selected photos. I can then tap on that, or even Snapchat. I can say selected photos, and I can choose which photos are accessible to Snapchat that's in my library. So I can select which photos are accessible in that way. So also another cool setting, again, the um, the website tracking is also available as it is on the iPad OS. So if you go into any web page and you want to see uh, the, the security setting or the tracking feature on your Safari browser, you can go into the double A button that's on your URL. If you tap on that, then you will get the privacy report. So if you tap on the privacy report, yeah, it will show you trackers prevented from profiling you. You can see the different websites uh, by trackers that were contacted by trackers, and you can go to see the amount of trackers that was contacted by websites and so on. So you can see actually how your iPhone or how you are protected via your iOS 14 on your iPhone when you're online. There's two more things that I actually want to quickly show you guys as well. So even if you say copy and paste certain items, so I'm just going to copy this URL and I'm going to go to let me go to WhatsApp and let me paste it in here. So if I paste it, you will see at the top, it actually shows there that, let me do it again so you guys can see. So just check here at the top, it will actually show me that the WhatsApp pasted from Safari. So you can actually see if something is pasted on your iPhone. Now, not only that, but if you go into your camera When you go to video, you will automatically see at the top, it will show you a green dot that you are using your phone to record. And the same if you go to, say, if you go to voice memos, just go to voice memos. And you will see there's an orange dot that came up to show you that your microphone is now being used. Now, also, if we go into our control center, it will show you that what was recently used, your camera or your voice memos, as we have shown in your iPad OS as well. So guys, those are the new features in iOS, which we've covered. Again, there are going to be other sessions where we concentrate more on in our future sessions. So that is us. All of the best, you guys, and see you guys on Tuesday.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All the best. Cheers.
Thanks all. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. I'm busy translating. It's so fun.